bundle.
Yeah, I know, I just saw that. Does he even play Fortnite anymore, though?
Dual katanas. Ooh.
Because I've been watching him play, or not watching really, but I've seen him playing a lot of Call of Duty. Him and, is it Dr. something or Mr. something?
Lupo?
Huh?
Lupo?
Mm-mm.
Not Lupo?
No, I'm trying to think of what the dude's name is.
Disrespect?
Dr. something. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been playing COD with him in duos, because Alex's brother Lewis likes to watch Big Star,
Oh yeah.
and he's been doing those like competitions the last few weeks where he's won like 20 grand, and Ninja and Disrespect were playing in it the other night too, and had they won their like third round, it would have been them against Big Star and whoever he was playing with, but they lost their game.
You do know that I'm like practically the best. Oh, wouldn't say the best, but one of the best Call of Duty players in the world, right?
Nuh-uh.
Like, I was in Diesel. Sour Diesel. They're ranked number 2. Call of Duty. They were for a while, a long time there. Yeah, and I was like one of their best players. But I never got to play much with them. And all I did was rep their crew, so I left their crew for RTB, Rivertown Boys, which was very popular on Advanced Warfare. But then we moved over to, what do you call it? It was World War II and everything disbanded. BO3 everything was fine still, like we were all still playing. And once Call of Duty World War II came out, everything disbanded. I never got to go to any of the tournaments, but no one was able, like there was like a few people that were as good as me. Controller players, we're talking controller players.
Yeah.
Back before it was all linked up, where every console is now competing against. It's mostly just PC. Like when you get to the arenas and stuff, you get to play on a PC now. It's practically what everyone has to practice. It was the main fight. The only reason PC actually got ahead with the fact is because you can stop dead on point, and they could have really easily solved, like I still know how to solve controllers, but I'm not going to release that info. Hell no.
Well.
But yeah.
But come on. Because God knows I'd understand it.
It's pretty cool though. Brr. The rain right now is just making it cold. I don't want to turn on the heat, but oh, is that the sun?
Meanwhile, we have our
it's the sun.
Like swamp cooler air conditioner on high, oscillating in the room with both windows open.
I got the window open, but oh, the sun finally came out. There's blue sky today.
I'm getting tired. What time is it?
Oh, I bet.
It's only 1:30, but around 2 is usually when I go. So go figure.
Gets Fortnite skin, abandons Fortnite.
The what?
It gets Fortnite. It gets a Fortnite skin, and then he abandons Fortnite.
Yeah, right.
It's funny, they got the plunger out right now too.
Plunge.
It was the original ninja item, Fortnite item.
Oh, the plunger.
They believed why. They believed that Ninja got the plunger back. What was that? Oh, I can't even remember what season is this from. Season 2, yeah. Because of Ninja. And they always thought that was why, but the plunger just came out because of it was cool. It was because of the ninja. It is a ninja sword. Katanas are cool. I always loved katanas. Katanas are awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a group of friends who created this game. It was surrounding an idea of 100 people versus 100 people.
All right.
And all of a sudden, the idea had sparked up in a very short amount of time. That's why we got such a rough copy of Fortnite when it first came out. Or else it would have actually been a polished game.
Because everyone was fighting to be the first out with it.
I can't say any more than what I just said.
Lol.
I have cool friends. But yeah, there's a community of gamers that call themselves gamers, but really are actual gamer developers playing with their minds as a game. Or something like that. It's a social experiment, is what they called
Fortnite?
it. It's a social experiment. The internet is a social experiment. Pretty cool things you can do with the internet. Did you know all you have to do is type in greater than dash dash oh, I can't remember what that's called. Oh, fail. What is it called? It's a hyphen, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, then you hyphenate, type in the word that you want, slap that on again in the opposite direction with the hyphenate, dashes in the opposite direction, and you've now written yourself a code.
Really?
That's all codes are. Literally are all the keyboard, like when you look at your keyboard or on your computer or whatever, every key on there is part of a code. It's not letters or numbers, but all codes. That's why there's shift controls for other optionals. But it's very super basic, and I don't know if the world's ready for that upgrade yet. Mine's so dusty. I'm like wiping the dust off of it. Jeez, I don't use my computer much anymore.
I had a laptop for a while, but it kind of shit out. It's back home.
Codes are really simple though. It's basically exactly what I said. Right there. It's a continuous, like, depending on what your code character list is. I think that's what it is called. Character list. So you put up a character list and then you have your codes in that, and your complete game is written in by code. So you have to code every single thing. Doesn't matter if it's the coloring on my eyeball or the way my hair waves. Like, you see how like there's fire on my feet? Each little like point in the fire has to have its own code
in order for it to function.
In order for it to function. Now you can expand these codes nowadays, which is pretty sure was what they're doing, because you can see it, like, if you take a deep dark look at what, like, maybe just my feet, because this is where I can see it the most. At the top of where the fire ends, you can see it. It's like, it's cut off. It's like a straight line.
Yeah.
And you can see when the fire rises at points, it'll get cut off at that line. That's because it's been an expanded code. And that's all you have to do is type expand beside the code, and it expands whichever article or whatever you're changing. But,
pretty neat stuff.
Once you understand all that stuff, you can understand your targeting. Your targeting is coded. Exactly. So you can actually figure out how fast or how slow you need to set up your targeting depending on how your game is coded to your specifications. Yeah.
This is like such like good information, but I'm literally like, dude, it's almost 2 a.m. Like,
perfect
how
time
much
to
of
tell
this do
you.
you think I'm gonna retain tomorrow?
All of it, probably. Did you know that when you're the most sleepy is when you retain the most information? Like 30 minutes before you go to bed is when you can retain the most information out of your day.
Oh.
Yeah. It's weird because when you go you go to bed, you wake up, you're like, huh? But it totally makes sense at the same time. But I figure that's why they got us to pray before we went to bed at a young age, so that God would be driven into our brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some info. There's better things out in the real world. Cooler things. You ever seen the Loch Ness Monster yet?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look it up. I think they got videos on it now. It's not a monster. It's a shark.
A shark? I thought it was like some dragon-like thing.
It is. It's like a dragon-like shark. It's a really, really long shark. It's pretty cool. You have to look at it. But this is what they believe was mistaken for the Loch Ness Monster.
When was that released?
That was a long time ago. Pretty cool stuff nowadays because we got all these like underwater seismograph things that like literally like show us the underlay of like the water so we can actually know where to dive now, instead of just diving into like the ocean and not knowing that, okay, I'm just gonna dive down and there's what, like 2 million freaking miles down of water now.
Yeah.
Like, impossible to even reach the bottom with any kind of device. Like the pressure alone, that's the reason why we can't like observe the lower seas, is because of how much pressure is down there. It would literally depressurize anything that was in down there. So
well, that's
literally,
just the same as like all the deep sea creatures and stuff, like, you know, things like the oarfish and stuff, which aren't even like deep, but they're still deep.
yeah.
Like, if they come up to the surface, they literally just turn to mush, basically, because the pressure is too much for them to handle to go from that to the surface.
Yeah. It's probably what protects us from those giant sea monsters.
Could you imagine just the things that are down there? Because, I mean, like they've said, you know, we only know like 5% of our oceans.
I'm pretty sure that's what the Bermuda Triangle had, is giant squid. Because it's the only thing that's explainable. Like low-flying planes and stuff, they would stick to the water, you know. And then the magnetic field, it could have possibly been like a magnetic pulse from this giant squid. Like, there's a possibility that they have like an electromagnetic field around them.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I'm pretty sure it is. Because I've seen those giant squids. They grow up to like, I think it was like 60 meters or something. Like ridiculous size. Like huge. Like, I think that was the largest one ever recorded. It was 60 meters or something like that. Talking about squids.
I'm looking at the Loch Ness Monster stuff. Yeah, back in September, says a DNA study rules out suggestions that Nessie was a prehistoric reptile or shark, or maybe a giant eel, scientists say.
Did you see what kind of shark is it? I think it's like a blue shark, whale shark, blue whale shark. Oh, excuse me. No, that's not the right shark. It's blue. It's a blue shark of some sort. Ooh. Holy shit. I have not ever... Why do they have pictures of that one?
Of what?
They got a prehistoric shark capture. There's only one picture of it, but...
What is it? A prehistoric shark what?
This rare frilled shark found. Chlamydodoceaceae amignius.
There's one of two extant species. Is that what you're reading? Wikipedia? Oh.
I want to find the shark I was talking about. Oh, there it is. I found it. I believe they just call it a Greenland shark.
A Greenland shark?
Yeah, you have to look at the size of these things though. They don't look very big from the picture, but like you have to see the actual size. Oh, who did this? It was a program. I remember now watching this. Oh my god, they got one on a friggin' tractor. It is massive. Holy. Oh, they got a picture of somebody beside one too. Yeah, you look up the videos. There's a bunch of videos on it. Crazy. Are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm looking through all these pictures. That's funny. So I searched Greenland shark, and then Greenland shark on a tractor just to see. And one of the first pictures that came up was Dwight from The Office, like standing next to the tractor. Yeah, they big boys.
No, I don't see the Dwight picture. Oh, there it is. It wasn't that far. It was like the 5th one down.
Yeah.
Still not showing the picture of. Whoa. Why is that? Is that real? 4 fierce giants that rivaled the Greenland's ancient. Oh, that's a blue whale. That was the first one I was talking about, a blue whale shark. Wow, that is a big shark. That is a really, really big shark. Holy shit. That picture's not even real.
Wow.
Oh, that one was. Wait, what?
Cold. Ugh. Look at this comparison chart. Oh, well, I clicked 2 things. Oh, and then it removed. Damn it. There we go. Look at that freaking chart.
Is that a Baskin?
Yeah.
The Carol Baskin?
Yeah. It's like that status I shared like, I don't know, weeks ago when the Tiger King thing was hyped. It was like something about like, I've never even met them or seen them or whatever, but I hate Baskin Robbins or something like that.
You see the size of the megalodon?
Yeah.
Look up the bones for it. They found bones. That's why they even know that it exists. They have it in museums up for, like, you can go to look at it. It's like a shark museum. Oh my god, it's so cool. There's all these different types of sharks. I don't know, I've watched all these programs. where you get to go visit these places and stuff. Because I
Fucking hell.
can't travel, so I gotta see it somehow.
Do you think any megalodons still exist?
Mm-hmm. They said that it's most likely that the pressure, like I was talking about earlier, like they lived in a higher pressurized environment, so they would live deeper into the sea. The cool thing is that they would come up for air, but they don't come up for air very often. They're like a whale, they don't have to come up.
Yeah.
But they would still have to come up for air eventually, which is really cool. So there is like somewhere in the world where like large fish would be able to do that. Most likely in the Atlantic or in the middle of the Pacific. Middle of the Atlantic or in the middle of the Pacific. Warmer regions where there would be less pressure. That's why I was saying like if we made a triangle, probably has that giant squid because the tentacles, right? They'd be able to wrap around a boat, a large boat like that, and drag it down to the bottom of the sea or a plane.
Yeah.
And it could also create its own mist from like, say like you know how like they're like jellyfish are like poisonous and stuff, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, squid have like their own oil, right? Like a squirt
Yeah,
out.
they like their ink.
Now I wonder if it would create some kind of like a boiling factor where it would create like a steam after it would hit the surface of the air, creating like a fog kind of a thing, you know?
Totally. I get what you're saying with it.
But that'd have to be discovered. I mean, that's just thinking, right? That's all just thought. Thought and research. But all research should be shared because knowledge is a sin. To be think you're smarter than anyone is a sin. No one is smarter than anyone. IQ tests don't work. You ever played the game Memory? Those
Yeah,
cards?
totally.
Yeah. So, you know, what was this? Gotta really think about this. I'm going all over the topics here. Holy. Game Memory, you can only memorize something for a certain amount of time. Before it actually becomes a thought in your brain. And then it's stuck there for the rest of your life.
You only what?
Well, you know how you like go to memorize a number?
Yeah.
Certain people do it, like they say the number in their head a few times and they're like, okay, I got it, right? Like, there's a certain amount of time. If you sit there and try and memorize something for, I can't remember the exact amount of time. I want to say it's 2 hours. probably is 2 hours, but if you sit there for the entire amount of like time during that 2 hours only thinking of that one thought, it will be stuck in your head for the rest of your life. There's a certain point, like once you think about something too much, it's there in your head. It's like it's very hard to. There's
That's
better
weird, 'cause
words.
it's
There's
kind
better
of-
words to explain this, and I'm just kind of flunking right now.
No, you're good. It's kind of like that whole thing, like, you know, anyone that you see, like, in your dreams or anything, even if you don't, like, recognize them or know who they are, you've seen them somewhere in your life, whether it was in passing outside on a street, whether it was, like, on a plane, anywhere. Like, if you see someone in your dreams and, like, you don't know who they are, you've seen them somewhere, and you could have no idea who they are, like, at all.
Yep.
But your brain remembers them.
Exactly. Like burned in there. It's pretty cool though, but like that's how I used to practice music, because I used to have to like perform in front of people. So I'd have to practice lines, and the best way to do that is to sit there for a long period of time and practice saying nothing but those lines over and over and over again until they are literally scarred into your head. Like I still have some of those songs that I remember, like I remember every single word that I used to write down, which was, most of the lines were actually totally wrong, which is totally funny, but I still say them the same way I used to say them. That's awesome. Anyway,
That's funny.
yeah.
I actually been wanting to get back into like my clarinet, because I've played clarinet for about 15 years now, and yeah, I was in band in high school. I was in marching band and choir and symphony band, but I got my clarinet out and stuff, and I started playing today again, and I was like, man, I need to order some like books. So I ordered like 2 new books, like 101 like hit songs or something, and 101 Disney songs, so I can just like practice loads of different things.
That was a good choice, picking the Disney. I was just gonna say, pick songs that you love, and then practice those songs, because those songs are gonna be easier to play. And then once
one of the books I have here is a Disney book, but it only has like 12 songs in it. I was like, I need a bigger book.
But once you get down how to play those songs, then you'll start getting how to play the notes a little easier onto other songs. Because you'll know the notes from the songs you really like.
Right, exactly. Because that's the thing, is like getting back into it. Like I remember most of it, you know, like, but there's some notes on like the higher register and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember how to play that. So I'm gonna have to like kind of reteach.
Well, I'm gonna go Blaze. My cat wants out again. I'm gonna let you go.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
But
Try and.
it was good to finally catch you again, because it's been a while. Another like couple of weeks, I think, since last time we played.
Yeah. No worries.
But if you're around for the weekend, I'm sure I'll catch you again.
What was I gonna say there? Other than the Loch Ness monster, I think that was about it.
Loch Ness to Megalodon to this giant eel shark thing that was tied to the Loch Ness, and then into our brain remembering things in the memory game. Man, we were all over the place.
That's good. Great. I'll save it too. Save that awesome combo, and I'll see you later.
Alright, dude. Have a good night.
You gonna be on tomorrow? Or?
Yeah, I'll be around. I mean, I always check like when I get on if you're on, and Alex always has his on whether we're watching YouTube or whatnot, so I can always see if you get online or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Catch you then?
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Alright. Have a good rest of your night.
You too.